I met her on a Tuesday.
I was having the absolute worst day.
It had been raining like crazy for days.
I had just failed the midterm. That made 3.
She had forgotten her umbrella.
I was trying to hide the fact that I was crying.
She was just standing outside in the rain in front of the library.
He came out of nowhere and said,
"You look like you've gone swimming."
I couldn't help but smile.
So I asked her if I could take her for coffee sometime.
We met up later that night. The rain had stopped.
I didn't want to get my hopes up, but I had this feeling in my gut.
He likes his coffee black.
She likes those fancy drinks, you know, with lots of caramel.
He was an engineering major, real smart guy. I felt kind of silly at first blabbering away.
Her face just lit up when she talked about literature. She loved Jane Austen, always carried a copy of Pride and Prejudice with her.
He was kind and compassionate. I hadn't met a lot of guys like that.
She was beautiful. After, I took her to the park across the street.
There's an old swing set there. One of the swings was broken. He told me he would push me.
She had such a wonderful laugh. She snorted sometimes.
I hate when I do that.
I thought it was adorable.
And then he kept pushing me higher on the swing.
She just kept laughing and telling me to stop her.
And when he finally caught me, it felt like
I didn't want to miss out on something that could be great.
the whole world was just us, there in that park.
So I leaned in and kissed her. I ended up bragging to my friends about this amazing girl I'd met.
He made me happier than I had been in a long time. He always said I was...
perfect, not a thing I would change.
Days turned to weeks, and weeks turned into months.
The moment I realized I loved her,
I didn't want to say anything too soon, open my heart too fast.
we were laying on the couch. She was in my arms as we were watching The Princess Bride.
He made me feel safe. He was home.
She had fallen asleep and snuggled her face into my t-shirt.
He smelled like peppermint.
She smiled like she knew it too. That was the moment. We ended up meeting each other's friends and families.
It was weird. Not bad weird, just surprising that we meshed so well into each other's lives.
On Christmas of junior year, we went to go see her parents at their place.
My dad opened the door with his old shotgun slung over his shoulder. He almost fainted.
The man was 6 feet tall and had a gun. Yeah, I was a little freaked out.
That's my dad's humor for you. My mother, she was so thrilled to meet him.
Her mother was especially nice. I think to make up for the shotgun incident.
I'll be damned if your father and his backwoods antics chase away this boy. Good suitors don't come around every county, you know. I won't have you turn up an old spinster like Aunt Lucille.
Something tells me she's the one who introduced her to Austin.
My mother is Mrs. Bennett. After dinner, we went out to my backyard and watched the stars.
So, what do you think happens to you when you're not you anymore?
Become something else, I suppose. You can't be you forever.
Pity. I was just starting to like me.
I'm still not sure how I feel. Could use a couple of improvements.
Ooh, ouch. I'm trying all right. It's kind of hard when I'm working on a different project.
And what project is that?
Making you as happy as a person can be.
Really? You can't be serious.
I'm seriously in love with you. Wear it until I can get you a real ring.
Before we knew it, we were about to graduate.
We decided to get an apartment inside the city,
That place was so tiny and run down.
but it was going to be our home. That's all we needed.
Rent was cheap. We could put aside a little money every month.
We wanted to go to Florence.
Spare change mostly in a mason jar on the mantle.
It had been a dream of hers since she was little.
That first night we ordered Chinese food from a place around the corner and ate on cardboard boxes.
And then I stood up, reached out my hand, and asked her to dance.
You've got to be joking, right?
Oh, come on. One dance. You love this song.
God, what was that song?
500 miles.
That's right. And then he started singing. He's
She's
a
the
terrible
worst dancer.
singer. Like a dying cat.
With 2 left feet. Soon after, I found a piano on the side of the street.
He and a couple of the neighbors brought it up to the apartment. His anniversary gift to me.
She would play every night. It was great, because we knew that no matter what happened during the day,
He would come home with daisies.
if we took it one day at a time, we would be all right.
Everything seemed so wonderful, so perfect.
Scary how quickly everything fall apart.
He was offered a job in New York with a huge raise in benefits.
It was overwhelming. They wanted me in Manhattan by the end of the week.
The thought of dropping everything and moving to New York terrified me.
I didn't want to force her, so I went ahead.
When he was situated, I would join him.
Long distance. It's really difficult. People don't understand it until they've gone through it themselves.
You got someone, but you're always alone.
The first time I left her at the airport nearly killed me. But I just kept telling myself, it's only for a month.
It took longer than we expected. He was bouncing from one hotel room to another.
They started sending me on business trips. London, Boston, Chicago. I lived out of a suitcase.
It always felt like we were on different time zones. It just felt like we always missed each other.
Hey babe, it's me. I just landed in LA. We're gonna go put our stuff up in the hotel before the meeting. I can call back later tonight. I want to hear about the interview and if you got the job. I'll talk to you later soon. I love you. Bye.
I just got this. I'm glad to hear you got in safe. Please call me when you can. I'll have my phone with me for the rest of the day. You can tell me that the flight was terrible, and they'll tell you that everything is the same old here. Good luck with the meeting. Love you.
We both understood that neither of us wanted to give up.
But the circumstances made it difficult to cling on to what we had.
I had finally had enough money to buy the ring, but it wasn't the right time.
I knew he was doing this to make a future for us, but
I just thought, one weekend in Florence. I'll propose, and then everything will be all right.
I missed him so much.
You can't. You miss the big things because you're in a conference or on a red eye.
I saw him once a month, maybe for a day or two. Oh, and he left again. Saying goodbye never really gets any easier, does it?
You're not there for the ones you love when they need you most.
Just before Christmas, I got a call from my mom.
Her father had been killed in an accident.
He was hit by a drunk driver. They left him for dead on the side of the road.
I was in London when she got the news. I got the first flight I could back home.
I cried on the bathroom floor for hours. I couldn't believe. I needed him, but
We were caught in bad weather. No planes in or out. It took me a whole day to get back to her.
when he finally got home, he found me asleep on the bed.
She had been holding her old teddy bear and an half-empty bottle of gin. She spent some time back home. She needed to be with her family, and her family needed her. I went with her, of course. I tried to do everything I could to help her, but she locked herself away into the shell, and she didn't want to let me in. I did everything. I brought flowers. I made jokes. I walked around the lake. I pointed out the constellations. Nothing I did seemed to help. She wasn't herself. And I didn't want to blame her for that because, I mean, how couldn't she be? I grew frustrated, I'll admit. I told myself to be patient. But after a while, patience felt like giving up. Just letting her be this miserable shade of a girl I loved. I wasn't there for her when her world had fallen apart. And now that I was, there wasn't a damn thing I could do to stop her pain.
I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to breathe.
It hurt me so much to see her that way. Like a knife in my chest.
He asked to be given his old job so he could come home with me.
I couldn't leave her. I wanted things to be how they were in the beginning.
Things started to fall apart.
Little cracks. Stupid things, really.
We were fighting over everything.
I was irritable. She was miserable.
I stayed an hour late at work. He accused me of cheating.
She was spending money we were supposed to be saving.
He started drinking. I came home every night to him passed out on the couch.
I could never do anything right.
He treated me like I was a ticking time bomb.
Don't you take your anger out on me!
I'm not angry. I'm just tired. I'm going to bed.
Quit shutting me out like that! I want to help. I want to understand. Can't you see that? Why won't you let me in?
Because you weren't there. You were halfway across the world when I needed you. Even before the crash, you weren't there. It was always a new hotel, a new city, and I was left behind. I came home every night to an empty apartment and wondered why I'd been so stupid to put myself through this. I cried at the thought of you, wondering if you felt as miserable as I did and if you had found somebody to ease the pain. I learned to be on my own again. I grew a thick skin. You were a voice in my ear, and I needed more than that.
I love you! Is that not enough? How is that not enough?
2 weeks out of the year is enough? A voicemail on our anniversary is enough?
Don't you dare turn this on me. You said I should get the job. You said it was the right choice.
You know, I used to pray that somehow something would happen and you would be brought back to me. So I wouldn't have to be alone anymore. I guess I got my wish, didn't I?
You didn't need to pray. Had you said you wanted me back home, I would have dropped everything and been there. I can get another job. It's just a job. I can't get another you. But now, I'm terrified I've lost you. Listen, I will always be there for you. I will always love you. We're here now, and we can get back to how we used to be. I know it. But we can't have that future if you keep holding on to your pain and if you keep shutting me out.
maybe I don't want that future. I didn't mean that.
But you said it.
So I packed my life away into boxes.
I kept 3.
My mom said I could move back home until I got on my feet.
I had bought tickets to Florence. I was going to surprise her for Christmas that year.
He was in my life for 7 years. And then he was gone.
I went back to traveling. Nowhere seemed like home without her.
I was happy for him. He could live his life without me weighing him down.
She'd be with her family. She could heal.
But I still missed him. I missed his scruffy beard and how he would whistle while he made me pancakes on Sunday mornings.
She always used to say that if there was a heaven, hers would be on the carousel on the pier. With me.
I thought of calling to tell him I wanted to give it another try.
I still love her. I think I always will. If you love someone, I don't think you ever really stop.
I keep telling people I'm not looking for a relationship. Like I'm waiting for him to show up on my doorstep with daisies.
Sometimes I wonder, had I asked sooner?
If I had just let him in and let go of all of my anger.
I hesitated. That's what I did wrong. You can't hesitate.
In the beginning, people tell you that love will be this magically perfect thing that you will always have.
That's what hurts. Not knowing.
Truth is, it's perfect because you fight for it to be. I didn't fight hard enough. We met on a Tuesday.
She left me on a Tuesday.
It was raining then too.
She was in such a rush.
I forgot my umbrella.
It was lying on the bed.
We never did go to Florence.
I should have gone after her.
I wish I would have